The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
The gaming world is quickly seeing opportunity in blockchain technology. Earlier this month, Mythical Games raised $75 million in a second round of funding that counts Gary Vaynerchuk and Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital as investors. Their total treasure chest is now $120 million to build out a platform for game developers to create their own player-owned gaming worlds where players can own in-game playable NFTs. Joining us now to discuss is Mythical Games CEO John Linden in Los Angeles. Welcome, John.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a bit about how this works. Explain how this changes the gaming world and why would players want more player-owned control?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the gaming world has been very similar to a lot of the concepts around ownership for a long time, right? We've been dealing with virtual currencies, digital assets, and a lot of the loops around that for ownership. And I think what we're looking at doing in Mythical is we're really looking to bring that back to the players to where they actually now can own and have ability to transfer these assets as they create value within the games. And so that's kind of our focus is really around how do we securely transfer, how do we securely allow kind of marketplace technologies to expose that value to gamers.
Is there a bit of a learning curve for sort of the gaming community to understand how NFTs work or why this is necessary?
Yeah, that's a great question too. We really were focused around trying to avoid some of that. To be real honest, I think NFTs are great. The world of crypto is great, but still the concepts of private keys and transfer and all that can be very, very tricky for, I think, the average consumer still. And so our goal at Mythical is really to get this technology into the hands of the everyday gamer. We now see 2.7 billion gamers around the world. So what we've done with NFTs and all that is to really try and take that complexity out to where I'm going into a game, I'm playing the game, and I'm just buying it. I'm kind of buying characters like I normally would. I could sell them to somebody else and trade them. And we're kind of taking custodial of that account for the majority of the players behind the scenes. And then we can have additional tools if you're an advanced player to kind of be able to take those on yourself.
So that's interesting. Do you see any evidence that people are kind of like your gaming is becoming almost like an entryway into the crypto world for some of these people? Like, they've never had any experience with crypto or NFTs before. And then after using Mythical Games, they kind of are like become more interested in crypto.
That's one of our goals for sure. We really think that the concepts of gaming are so just lend themselves to a lot of the concepts of crypto. And I think what we're seeing is the ability that they're going to understand the concepts of, hey, I have this and I leveled it up and I'm going to trade it to somebody else. And then the idea later is like, oh, if I have a private key, now I own these things and they're actually in my wallets and all those kind of more advanced concepts. So we definitely think it's an opportunity to onboard millions of people into the crypto industry over time.
So, John, we had the pandemic is over. Apparently, they're shooting off fireworks in New York, saying everything's back to normal. Allegedly, what does that mean for your business? Is sunlight your biggest enemy? People getting outdoors, does that scare your bottom line? Not particularly. I think the gaming industry has really been, it's pretty resilient to everything. I think it's great for people to get some sunlight. That's always a great thing for everybody. But I think, the virtual worlds are getting bigger and bigger. I think, we're spending more and more time in these worlds for various reasons, right? And I think the games are also becoming more social. So they just become, avenues for not only just playing quests and things like that, but just a social interaction too. So I think gaming is big enough that we can definitely share with the sunshine for sure.
John, people already spend so much time though looking on their screens. Do you foresee a future where most people spend most of their time in these virtual gaming worlds?
I think we've seen the growth for sure, and I think gaming takes on a lot of different facets, right? You can have a lot of social games that are very quick play, versus the big MMO worlds that people do spend hours and hours at a time in. So I think it's really it's gonna be dependent on the exact game itself. But I think what we're trying to do is really bring this concept of ownership back. So whatever the economies are, the players can actually partake within that economy as well. So we think there's a lot of different facets of where this could go.